What is up? Welcome. I have been wanting to do this video for a very long time, but it has not happened until now for different reasons, which we don't have to go through now. But as you saw from the intro and the title, I got myself a new car to enjoy, and I actually have two new cars, one daily and this one. And the video for the other one will be coming as well for similar reasons. It has been delayed, but that's the way it is, and we are here right now. So behind me we have the Mazda MX-5 Miata Roadster Soft Top ND2 30th anniversary. That is the longest freaking car intro name ever, but that's the way it is. But the intention of today's video is not to give a driving experience because it is February and this car won't be driven until April sometime, unfortunately. So today we will talk about what the 30th anniversary is and some of the differences of this car compared to other ND2 versions that are on sale at the moment. And also I will briefly talk about why I decided to go for an MX-5 then. So without any further ado, let's get on with the video. Before we start, orange, and as you saw, orange, yeah, that's how we roll, ooh yeah! So the MX-5 was first introduced in 1989, so in 2019 Mazda released this 30th anniversary then to commemorate that, and it comes in this beautiful racing orange color, or at least in my opinion it is really beautiful. It really pops and stands out, and actually I think it fits the ND really nicely with this color. Mazda have some other colors which are really nice as well, which suits this car, but I think this really is spectacular. I don't know what you think, but let me know in the comment sections below. And for those of you that have been living underground, or if you're like 10 years old, sorry, the Mazda MX model is then what you could consider as a true sports car. It is rear wheel driven, it has a manual gearbox, and also it is super light. Relatively speaking, compared to even hypercars, etc., this car is super light, especially considering that we are in 2020 now, and this car, yeah, it doesn't matter. It has the safety equipment, and also you get rather good MPG and so on, but still the car weighs 1052 kilograms. That is some 750 kilos, almost 750 kilos lighter than my 2018 Mustang, which I had previous to this car as a fun daily car, so to speak. That is a massive, massive difference when we speak of driving dynamics, etc. However, comparing the engine of this to the Mustangs, this is teeny wit as well. But again, then if we consider that the car only weighs 1052 kilograms, it actually has rather good performance. But it is not a rocket, and it was never intended to be a rocket, so to speak. But for driving on regular roads and having fun without doing 150 miles an hour, this car is a really, really fun toy. With the Mustang, I found myself driving way too fast too many times in order to have fun. And of course, speed is a bit addictive, and also the sounds, etc., which the Mustang made. But yet again, then for a car that will be driven mainly on the regular roads, there isn't much that can beat this car with regards to having fun, at least. So that is why I opted to go for this car. And also as the regulations for the VLTP kicked in with new regulations for 2020, Mazda decided to increase the price on the MX-5 in Europe, and that is to cope with the extra charges that will be put on the whole fleet. And some part of that Mazda decided then to portion out on the MX-5. So this, not maybe this car, but a similar equipped car would cost me almost $6,000-7,000 more if I would have bought a new one from the dealer after the new year then. I was actually thinking of getting an MX-5 later on in 2020, but as I heard about the price increase, I pulled the trigger on this one, and this is a bit special as well. Hopefully it will hold its value rather nice. But let's see about that. This is mainly just to have fun in, and we'll see if we feel that we need more power or if this is adequate, etc., then fine. If not, then we have to consider if we need to swap it out for something else, but God forbid that will not happen. I have driven MX-5s multiple times before and I have really enjoyed it, but now that I have been bitten by the power from the Mustang, then maybe some of the thoughts and feelings have changed then. Well, that was a short intro to the car and why I got it. Now let's cover some of the differences between the 30th anniversary compared to regular ND2s then. And first of all then, what strikes you is the color, of course. So this is specific for the 30th anniversary, and as we talked about it, it's called Racing Orange. Other differences that we have compared to standard ND Miatas are the wheels. So these wheels are from Race and they are forged 17-inch wheels, and they have an engraving with the 30th anniversary lettering. And looking further behind the wheels, we have brake calipers from Brembo, The Brembo calipers as such are not specific for the 30th anniversary. However, they are painted in racing orange to match the exterior of the car. And what we also have on the 30th anniversary as standard are Bilstein dampers. Here in Sweden, if you opt for the sport package, you also get the Bilstein dampers, and I believe in the US, as an example, you get it on the club version. Moving to the back, we also have the rear calipers painted in the racing orange, but for some reason Mazda opted to paint only part of the caliper for some reason, which I am not sure of, but that's the way it is. We are lucky that we at least have the rear calipers painted, parts of it at least. And also, as you can see, this car came with the off-road package. So this wheel gap is one of the largest ones I have seen on a non-SUV car, and this is something we have to take care of. I actually have some suspension components coming which will take care of this wheel gap and also stiffen up the suspension side of things. And we'll see if we will do spacers as well or not. We'll see once we have the suspension components on and see what it looks like. And another different aspect on the 30th anniversary, I'm actually not sure if any other version of the ND2 has it, but it comes with blacked out mirror caps. So this is in gloss black and it matches the A-pillar really nicely. But one thing that bugs me, which is standard on all NDs, are that the badges are in chrome, and that is something we will have to take care of as well. As you can see, the emblems on the back are also in chrome. We then also have a badging on the car that says it is a 30th anniversary, and my car is number 819 out of 3,000 worldwide. And in Sweden we will get, or we have received 45 cars in total, I believe. So it is going to be a really rare sight on the roads. All in all, that is that from an exterior point of view, with the differences of the 30th anniversary compared to the regular NDs. And this hideous, I don't know, antenna, yeah, this will also be taken care of in some way. And with regards to the sound department, we have something coming as well. So stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see future videos with this car and the modification that we will do to it. We also have something for the front, potentially something for the side, and potentially something for the rear. So stay tuned for that. Now let's have a look on the interior. Here we also have some differences. So opening up the door, let me see if I can bump up the ISO a bit so you can see. So as you can see, we have Alcantara on this trim piece here with orange contrast stitching. This looks really nice. However, this trimming can be bought separately from your dealer if you would like to, but then you get white stitching on the piece then. Looking further into the interior, we have Recaro seats covered in Alcantara and leather. The Recaro seats as such are not specific for this car. In Sweden, if you opt for the sport version, or in the US for the club version, you get the Recaro seats in Alcantara. And the color on the sport package or the club package, then the piping is red, I believe. The same with the stitches on the seat. I think I said it incorrectly. I think the stitching on the doors then would also then be red. Looking further into the interior, This trim piece here on the dash is also covered in Alcantara with orange stitching, and we also have orange rings around the ventilation, which is a really cool addition as well. As there is so much Alcantara in here, I am actually considering swapping out the steering wheel, the shift boot, and the boot for the parking brake to Alcantara as well. Let's see about that. And also, as you can see, we have orange contrast stitching on the wheel. One thing I don't like off the bat with this car is actually the steering wheel. It feels too thin for me. I like to hold something thicker in my hand. Yeah. So we'll see if we do something about the steering wheel and the shift boot and the parking brake. But all in all, that is that from an interior aspect. One thing which I don't like, this piece of the driver display, it didn't come with the updated colored version for some reason. Some markets have the old version, so when I think it was in 2018 or 19, they got an update with a new digital display here, but for some reason the 30th anniversary that came to Sweden have the old one. That's not a big deal, but still it would have been nice to have the newest version. While we have the door open, let's open the hood and see what we got under there. Let me see if I can open this up with one hand. Oh, yep, there we go. So this is the heart of the car, so to speak. As you can see, we don't have any big plastic trim pieces covering everything up. More or less everything is exposed and visible, which is not that common any longer. And as you can see, we have a 3-piece strut tower brace standard on the 30th anniversary. In Sweden it comes standard on the sport package, and I believe it's standard on the club package on cars in the US. So the motor is a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, pumping out 184 horsepower and 205 newton meters. So it is not a monster machine in any way. However, then again, considering the weight of the car, it is totally adequate. And the red line is set at 7,500 RPM, which is a bump from the first ND version model, which had also only 160 horsepower. So for the 2019 model, there was quite a bit of work done to the engine, and a lot of pieces internally were changed, and they bumped up the horsepower to 180 for them. We won't be doing any power mods to this car. However, interestingly enough, Edelbrock has a supercharger kit. There's a company based in UK called BBR that have a turbo kit. They also have kits which are for NA tuning. They have one kit that actually gives you 220 horsepower, which is rather nice, but that requires switching out the camshaft, I think, and comes with a different filter and a tune, but it gives you 220 horsepower, which is a big bump in horsepower compared to stock then. And there is a company called Fly Miata in the US, which have previously been selling NDs and other versions of the MX-5 with V8s, the LS motor from the Corvettes, etc. But that is nothing that will happen here, but it is cool that there are companies and people that are installing those engines in this car. That was that for the intro of the car. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the comment section below and I will try to answer them the best I can. As I mentioned, then we will have videos coming with mods and driving experience, etc. with the car once we can take it out. And also my intention is to start tracking this car and use it to its full potential, so we will have those type of videos coming as well. Closest, we will have a video of a new car prep. Keep your eyes open for that one. And the first mod I will be doing, I think, is to actually have my installer install paint protection film in form of expel, but let's see about that. If that happens, I'll try to make a video of it as well. So give me one thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.